So it was 4 years ago, just about now, that I got the opportunity to go to Nazareth. And in Nazareth, there are two different churches that claim to be the site of the Annunciation. One of them is the Orthodox Church, the other is the Roman Catholic Church. And in the Orthodox Church, the setting for that place is where the well would have been back in Mary's time. And so the story goes is that in this gospel lesson we just read, when the angel Gabriel goes to make the Annunciation to Mary, the angel Gabriel is there at the well where Mary has gone to draw water. Now, there is a long tradition in Scripture of people meeting at the well, and usually that's a meeting for some sort of love or amorous thing. We've got Moses going there, meeting his wife at the well. We have, earlier even than that, Abraham sends his servant to the well, which is where his servant meets Rebekah, Isaac's later wife. And we also, in the New Testament, have Jesus meet the woman at the well. Now, while that's not a amorous connection that's made there, this is a woman who's been married several times before, and we might say that she is finding a different sort of love, a love for God at that well. So it's this sort of meeting that Mary is having with the angel Gabriel. Now, the Roman Catholic version of this story doesn't dispute that Mary met Gabriel at the well. They just claim that Mary thought, oh no, well, this angel surely can't be here for me. And so she goes home hoping to give whoever Gabriel was there to talk to a little bit of privacy. So she goes back to her parents' house, which is the spot for this church nowadays, and this Roman Catholic Church of the Annunciation. And according to that story, Gabriel shows up there and says, "No, I was there for you the whole time. You were the reason that I came." And then gives this announcement that Mary is about to have the baby Jesus, that she is about to bear Jesus into the world. Now, Mary's response to this, that we heard at the very end, is, "Here I am, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word." That's a very powerful statement for Mary to make. Because in her time, for her to be found to be pregnant with a child that was not her betrothed husband's, that was not Joseph's, that could have meant that she, at best, would have been completely shunned by society. And at worst, and possibly the most likely scenario, would have been that she could have been stoned to death for this. So for Mary to say these words, for Mary to take on this task, for Mary to accept what it was that God was calling her to do, was a monumental task. It was a task that could have led to her death even. This was not a light thing for her to say to the angel, "Here I am, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word." That's not a light thing for Mary to say. It's a huge thing for her to take on this responsibility in her life. Now, for us in this time of uncertainty, with this health crisis around us, For many of us, we are spending most of our time, if not all of our time, at home. And when we go out, it tends to be for sustenance or perhaps for exercise. So basically, our lives right now are cordoned off to just the home and the well. These two sites that these various churches claim for where the Annunciation occurred, the home and the well. So even in these uncertain times, we can still hear God's call, just as Mary did in hearing this Annunciation. And hopefully for us, we can be like Mary. And when we hear that call, even in the most unlikely place of the home or the well, we will stop and listen. We will stop and listen and hear these words that God has to say to us. My hope is that when these words come, that not only will our ears be open to hear them, but that we too can be like Mary and respond as she did to the angel Gabriel. Here I am, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word.